final Saw review for a while because I don't plan on going to the theaters anytime soon. And, this is the newest one besides Spiral. So I will be moving on to something else. Another series, or just watch some movies to get off my list that are on there, like Spawn and other movies that I have on there, like the Snyder Cut. But I don't think I'll be able to do that one on the weekend or something. I might have to wait till Christmas break or something. Anyway, for this movie, it was okay, but it didn't really feel like a Saw movie to me. Sure, it had the plot twist. Sure, it had all the traps. But it was just kind of over the top. There was a few jokes here and there, but there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know, it just didn't feel like a Saw movie to me. It felt like overly complicated. It's not like any of the other ones weren't complicated. It was like John Kramer had a bunch of people killed 10 years ago, and this guy somehow found a bunch of people that looked a lot like them 10 years later and put them in the same trap just to get back at the cop. And then he sets up a trap that makes it look like he died, just so he can watch the cop die. And then it had, the only way it would work is if Eleanor abandoned him and ran away, so she could provide his alibi, even though the cops already thought it was her, because of her creepy trap shit. Because she had made a bunch of traps based off of the jigsaw traps. I don't know, it just seemed way too complicated even for a Saw movie. It was still entertaining, but I don't know, it just didn't feel like a Saw movie to me. Of course, it had John Kramer, and it had Jigsaw, it had Billy, but it just really didn't feel like it. Even though the last movie ended with us thinking Hoffman might be alive, because, Gordon chopped his own foot off and was bleeding to death and he survived. We didn't get to see Hoffman in this movie, and they don't even confirm if he died or not. So that kind of sucks. Though Logan was an okay protagonist, even though I think his traps might have been escapable, even though nobody escaped the traps, and the ones that didn't even live. I don't even know how I'm supposed to say that the ones that are in the past or the future. I mean, present anyway. Because I think Mitch and John and Mitch, Ryan, and the Anna and all the other people, Carly, were all in like the past. So he just found people that looked a lot like them and killed them in the same way. The whole explanation, it was just kind of confusing. And usually at least one person escapes a trap in the Saw movies, but nobody escapes a trap in this. The closest we get is Logan. 10 years earlier, he just gets buzzsawed because he was asleep. Still asleep from being drugged. And Jigsaw's, you know what? I'm gonna heal him up because he just made a mistake. Even though Jigsaw's condemned people to death for the same thing. Yeah, that's about it for this movie.